This is Christina from The Upcoming. So lovely to speak with you today.
Hi, wonderful to talk to you as well.
To start things off, could you tell us what Government Cheese is about and what viewers can expect going in?
Oh my God. Government Cheese is about a family in the 60s that wild things happen to. They're weird, they're kind of outliers. But I think in that, I think a lot of people feel like outliers in the world and they feel like they were the weird ones. And so I think there's something to connect with there. I think it's about a Black family in the 1960s that is really just figuring out where they want to be in the world and expectations that we don't normally see. I think it's about all of those things.
And what sparked the idea for the show?
Well, the show is based on Paul Hunter's family growing up. It's based on his father, his brother, his mother, and just kind of things that happened to him. I think also him feeling like as a Black kid and, he felt like the weird kid in the neighborhood and they had different experiences. And I think he just really wanted to show that.
The show's title, Government Cheese, has such deep roots in history and also pop culture. Was it the first title, or were there other working titles considered?
No, there were no other working titles considered, but there was a lot of conversations about government cheese as a title and if it worked as a title, because it's polarizing. I think it also means something to different people. We had one writer who I knew really well, but was much younger. She was in her 20s. She'd never heard of government cheese. She thought it was money. Like she was like, is it government money? So there's generations where it was meant something because it was above my generation a little bit, right? So it meant its meaning. What I think I love about it, just for this family as well, is it means different things to different people. So in that, you kind of come up with, you can have an ideology, right? Because it doesn't have a direct meaning for everybody. Everyone has a different feeling around it. So once we kind of landed in this ideology of like what it meant was taking something from nothing and creating something beautiful, something magical, it gave the title a quality that defies what its definition is.
The show takes place in 1969 in the San Fernando Valley. What went into creating this very specific setting?
Yeah, I mean, I think coming from Paul, where he was directing, I think, the costumes, the color was very specific. The style of the show and the style of the houses just really kind of played this kind of whimsicalness to the show. And then really we shot in Los Angeles. So those big backdrops of the rocks and the mountain, that's really where he grew up and like where he had these experiences. And so I think that's what really makes the show feel at the same time grounded and at the same time magical.
When casting the role for Hampton Chambers, what specific qualities were you looking for in an actor? And what made David the perfect fit for the role?
David and Paul conceived the story. David was already, he was cast for that. David, this character is in David and his acting is so amazing. So he's always been involved as a producer.
Hampton's return from prison is a pivotal moment in the series. How did you and the team approach the complexity of portraying this reintegration into a family that has shifted in his absence?
Oh, I mean, I think that's the whole part of the show and something that I think we haven't kind of touched upon is I think most people when they come out of prison, they're either without their family or their family has expectations of them. Like, are you going to come back and, you know, be the breadwinner or whatever, or they're just gone and they have to win them back. I think showing this kind of in between and which is they're not going to let him live out in the street, but at the same time, they're not 100% welcoming to him. That story of like, I do think a lot of people live in that when they come out of prison of like this, they don't know where they fit in the world anymore. It was also something when we talked to one of the writers, it was about how people come back from the military. You know, you come back and this ecosystem has evolved and changed without you. Even the people that you love very dearly, it has to figure itself out. And so how do you fit into that, is the question that we were asking.
Why do you think this is the perfect time for the world to see government cheese?
It's the perfect time because it's ready and we finished it. No, it's the perfect time because I think we all just want to break and we all want to laugh. There's so much going on, and I just think this is a snapshot of just life being life without a lot of trauma, but with a lot of absurdity. And I think it's perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.